literally lifting the lid on this tea that I made to help me with sleep. Anyways, the old coot here coming at you with another exciting video. Here's what's going on. I wanted to make a tea like in batches, you know, just huge batches that I could put into some kind of like glass jar, glass container, just so I could keep it in the fridge, and then whenever I wanted to drink it before bedtime, instead of having to make this every night, I could just make the batch and then drink it. Yeah, anyways, you get the idea. So what I did was I measured out my water ahead of time. So basically I have like 3 of these jars. So I poured water into 3 of these and then poured it in there. So I know exactly I'm going to get back out what I put back into it. Does that make sense? I hope. Okay. So then what's going on is I kind of figured like one tea bag. This is chamomile tea, right? This is the Aprika. And then this is the sleep tea. And I kind of mixed the two together. You don't have to. If you just want to use chamomile, it's totally fine. Or if you want to use the sleep, that's totally fine. Basically, the chamomile is chamomile. As you can see right there, pretty simple, pretty easy ingredients, right? All the good stuff, take your screenshots. And then the sleep tea kind of has like a little bit more zip to it, let's say, right? You get, let's see the ingredients. There we go. You get leaves of melissa, peppermint. Anyways, you can take your screenshot, do whatever you got to do. So what I did was I mixed... basically, it's 1 tea bag for every cup of water that went into this pot. And I just kind of split the difference between the two and ration that out and portion that out. So that's basically, I'm giving you the structure of the recipe. And then however you want to make it at home, you want to add, you want to take away, whatever, totally up to you. So then what I did was I put in some of this Vanilla Bean King's vanilla, because I like the vanilla taste in this kind of tea anyways. Optional. Don't have to put it in if you don't want to. Or you could use something stronger, different, you know, whatever. But these were the brands that I liked, so these are the ones that I'm putting in there. And how much vanilla do you put in? Basically, it's like, I would say about like less than a quart, like 1/8 of a teaspoon per every cup of water when I make this tea. Cinnamon. I use this brand today. I'm not going to show you the other side, but I will put a link down below to the actual brand that I normally recommend. It didn't come in time. I was waiting for online delivery to arrive and it just never came. So that's what she said. So basically I use this brand, but cinnamon, almost the same, like I'd say about 1/8 of a teaspoon per cup of water. And then for a little extra sweetener, I like honey. This is Kirkland, basically Costco's SoCal raw unfiltered honey. Whatever Costco is near you, or whatever, if you can get it farm fresh, like from an actual bee farm, try to get the unfiltered honey, locally grown, right? Because it has less, let's say it's more, let's say there's more honey in here than honey. To give you an example, I've seen other honeys where it's basically like corn syrup and sugar and some flavoring. So at least if you get the SoCal, or at least if you get raw unfiltered honey, and the more granular it looks, like the more like it looks like there's like powdered sugar in there, the better, because what that means is that it's more raw. So if you can get it locally at a local bee farm, even better. But this was the next best alternative. Obviously, you live in the Northwest, you're probably going to have like a different, you know, labeled different packaging. If you do buy it from Costco, Sam's Club, you get the idea. If you don't like honey, by the way, you can always use something like Allulose. This is Hoosier Hill Farm. I've done a review on this before. Allulose, pronounced or spelled all you lose. It's basically a sweetener that doesn't spike your blood sugar, right? There's the allulose. It's basically a sweetener that does not spike your blood sugar, but it has I would say about 1.25 times the strength of like regular sugar. So if you're diabetic, you know, check with your doctor, obviously, check with your nutritionist or whatever, but allulose, I think, is sweeping the nation in terms of sweeteners. If you like stevia, use stevia. I personally don't like stevia. I think it has too much of a chemical taste. But anyways, how much of this do you put in? It's all up to taste. You know, if you like it sweeter, put in more. If you like it less sweet, put in less. If you want to go ahead and throw regular sugar in there, that's okay. But keep in mind that if you do put regular sugar in there, you're going to get that spike in sugar before you go to sleep. It may help you to fall asleep faster, but you're basically you're diminishing the effects of this tea, which is the main point of this tea was the cinnamon and the chamomile. Cinnamon helps with your antioxidants, helps with your lowering your blood sugar. So obviously if you're putting sugar in there and then you put the cinnamon in, do they counteract each other? Bro science, I don't know. Fight me in the comments section if you want, or fight each other in the comments section. I'm not having that argument. And then that's pretty much it. And last thing is mulling spices. So this is Spices Village Mulling Spices, right? Basically what's in there, let's take a look at the ingredients. There you go. If you want to go ahead and take a look at that and what's all in there. I believe it's kind of faded, but there you go. 100% natural cinnamon, allspice, cloves, and nutmeg mix, just to give it a little more variety, a little more flavor. You know, we're still in what I call the holiday season. I mean, this is February 2024, but to me, like, winter is always holiday season. So I kind of like that reminiscing over the, you know, that Christmas time and that holiday and that New Year time, and that's why I throw this in there. How much of this do I put in there? Basically, maybe a few tablespoons of this. For the whole batch, I would say maybe like, I don't know. I mean, you got some pretty big chunks of, you know, cinnamon in there and everything else. So maybe like I would say per cup of water in there, maybe there's about like, let's just say quarter of a teaspoon. How's that sound? Perfect. Okay, good. So anyways, bring this up to a boil. Then basically I shut off the gas. I keep it covered with the lid. Right, so bring it up to a boil, shut off the gas, cover it with the lid, and then I let it steep like all day long. So right now it's about like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, noon, something like that. What I'll do is I'll let this sit all day until about maybe 6 o'clock or so. Then I'll pass it through a strainer or a sieve or something similar, get out all those chunky bits and all that, get out all the tea bags that are in there, right, your tea bags. And then I'll put it into these glass containers when it's, you know, back at room temperature or whatever. Keep this in the fridge. When I'm ready to drink it, I would say about an hour before bedtime, I'll drink maybe a cup of this. And it's just cool and it's soothing and it just puts me in the mood. If you want to go ahead and reheat it, totally fine. Like if you want to stick it in the microwave and reheat it, that's totally fine. But basically what I'm trying to accomplish with drinking this tea is I'm trying to get the chamomile and the sleep aid to help me fall asleep quicker. I'm using the cinnamon, right, to basically lower my blood sugar, help me get into more of like that fasted state, obviously. And then also good for the antioxidants and everything else. And then everything else is just for flavoring, right? The vanilla is just for flavoring. The mulling spices are just for flavoring. And then the honey and the allulose are also in there just for flavoring, sweetness, or whatever. Normally, on a normal basis, what I'll do is I'll do the allulose, only the allulose, right? All you lose. See that there? I'll do the allulose because I don't want to get a spike in blood sugar right like an hour before I go to bed. The other thing I do is I've also been taking the apple cider vinegar pill and also the garlic pill. Those are 2 pills, the 2 supplements. I'll show you those real quick. That's what the garlic supplement looks like, and then here's what the apple cider vinegar supplement looks like. But what I'll do is I'll take 1 pill of each of those also before bedtime to kind of help with that getting into a fasted state, you know, helping to utilize and burn more body fat while I sleep and all the good stuff. But anyways, for the taste, for the sleeping effect, if you're having trouble sleeping, you know, talk to your doctor or physician about everything that went into here, but you may want to consider trying or giving this tea a try just to help you get into a more relaxed state before you go to bedtime. Also, after drinking this, or while I'm drinking this, the cell phone goes away, the TV gets shut off. I just kind of marinate. Like that last hour before I go to bed is just usually like sitting on my couch in the living room and just chilling, just kind of processing the day, having some last of the day thoughts, you know, that kind of stuff. Kind of just not really thinking, just zoning out and just getting into the zone of wanting to go to sleep so I can fall asleep faster. Anyways, if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button down there below. I will put links to most of this stuff or whatever I could find online down there in the description section, so make sure to check that out. Also, if you have any comments or questions, put those in the comments section. I love the taste of this. The smell permeates through the whole house whenever I make this, and it's just amazing. And also, if I do decide to reheat it in the microwave before bedtime or whatever, there you go. It just fills the house with this beautiful aroma of all of those spices going on, right? You've got your, you know, obviously allspice, cloves, nutmeg mix, you know, natural cinnamon in there. And then also when I do mix it with this one, right, when I do the half and half, I'm getting all of these beautiful aromas in there as well. Peppermint and rose and fennel, you know, you get the idea. Anyways, like button, subscribe button. I'll catch you all in the next exciting video.